Okay, guys, I'm on a roll here, so I'm just like doing all these videos that have been like built up that I've wanted to do for a while. So, okay, this one is, I just want to remind you guys, that natural law, the practice of natural law, which is basically do no harm. There's more to it, right? If you're interested in learning more, you can take my Be Free course. Go to my website, taralong.com, and sign up for my newsletter and find out about everything there. On my website, the tab Natural Law, you can find out about everything there. I also offer other services that you can find under the Work With Me tab. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that natural law is the practice of that and the embodiment of it first here, and the practice. And actually those things, it's not like you embody all of it and then you start to practice and do it, right? It's just an ever like expanding process. So you're going up this spiral of higher and higher consciousness, if you will, right? I know this work is very practical in a lot of ways, right? We're doing paperwork, we're doing processes, we give affidavits, notices, revoking our election to pay taxes, correcting our status, and all of these things require like detailed to paperwork and all these things, right? Which I go over all that stuff in my course. If you don't want to go and just research and learn it all yourself, I've done it, and I simplify it a lot in my course, so that you can just go through and do what is right for you. But anyway, so we're going up this spiral of consciousness, really, from fear, that's fear, doubt, like just all those feelings in you that have been conditioned, that have been conditioned in all of us, right? So we're transmuting those and going up if you want to learn about the kind of scale of consciousness or map of consciousness, is it Dr. Hawkins? Yeah, David R. Hawkins. He's not alive anymore, but he wrote a ton of books, and he talks about this map of consciousness, going up the scale of consciousness. And as humans on this planet, we have the opportunity and the invitation to do that. And there's many ways that can be done. There's many routes. There's no wrong way or no right way. It's just whatever is right for you. But if natural law is calling you and it feels like truth to you inside of you, or when you hear about it, or when you look at it or see it or whatever, and you get excited, or you get like, oh, maybe you get nervous or scared, but yeah, there's a pull, then this is a road. This is a road to higher consciousness. And I don't mean that in like a ascending humanity, because it's all part of, like we are human right now for very good reason. But we can bring in these higher levels of consciousness into our 3D reality, and that actually creates our reality, right? So natural law does this very effortlessly as you progress along and you're taking these actions. It's a really cool thing that happens. You become more empowered. You know who you are, more and more and more. You want to continue to take these actions. It just kind of pulls you along, once you just kind of get in this river of of this work. At least it's been my experience, and the experience I've had with others. And there will be things that will try to stop you, external things and internal fears and things like that. So it's not necessarily, without challenge and without tests, if you will. Like, okay, do you want to keep going? Are you going to keep going? Or are you going to give in to the fear? And there's no judgment here about that, because you might take a break for a little while and then you come back, and then you take a break and come back. That's been my experience also, because it can be a little overwhelming to just dive in, but you can take baby steps. You can go slow. You can do it at your own pace. So natural law is life-giving, right? It meets life, the abundance and the beauty and the expansion, the natural expansion that life wants to have, it meets it because it's in alignment with truth. It's in alignment with these higher levels of consciousness, right? Of love and acceptance and truth. And yeah, it's just, it's so hard to put into words, right? So life begets life, right? When you are engaging and meeting life at that place where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. It creates more of that. So it creates more life, right? It's like the love holds you and like pushes your butt up the mountain. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, you're doing this. You're doing this. All right, we're gonna just totally, we're 100%, we're here with you, and we're just gonna like, life is just gonna push your butt up that mountain. So, if that's too like abstract or, for you, don't worry about it. It's fine. You can, this is just my experience. This is my perspective, my perception. I'm very much about energy and, again, just kind of transmuting all those lower vibes. And it doesn't mean they're bad or we don't have emotions. That's, I'm not saying we shouldn't have emotions. That's not what I'm saying. But anyway, check out that map of consciousness if you're interested. And yeah, I just wanted to say that natural law really is, the way that I feel it is like this big, like expansive light bubble that just keeps rippling and rippling and getting bigger and bigger. As I do this work and as, others do this work and share, it's just this big ripple. It's one way that we are bringing attention and love to this realm that we live in right now. So anyway, I'll stop there because, I could just go on, but I won't. So thank you for listening to my sort of ramble. And if you're interested in any of the things, natural law, my Be Free course, go ahead and sign up for my newsletter on my website, taralong.com. I'm also going to be doing, as previously mentioned in another video, a PMA course, Private Membership Association, or a class rather, teaching you how to create your own PMA, which is like hella exciting. Okay, I'll see you guys soon.